Well, hello there. Welcome to another edition of Random Bollocks. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, well, got a few interesting, well, I say interesting, we've got a few things to talk about. Don't know whether you'll find them interesting. Uh, let's first take a look at some world events, shall we? Yeah, some world events. See, isn't it? There's the first thing in the description down here, world events. Well, what world events have there been? Well, ignoring my local area for now, let's take a look at America. America recently had an election. Would Kevin say that correct? Election. Almost said erection. But America recently had an election. And I knew who was going to be elected before it was, as soon as it said there was going to be an election, I went, yeah, I know who's going to win this one. And look at me, I was right. Donald Trump is the new president of America, which a lot of people probably expected because the Biden administration had been fucking terrible. And, people were quite disillusioned with Biden and the Democrats and so on and so forth, and Kamala Harris, or however you want to fucking pronounce it. And some of the policies and things like that, and the fact that the southern border with Mexico is an absolute travesty and all that sort of stuff. And so a lot of people knew Donald Trump was going to win. As soon as it was announced Donald Trump was running as the Republican nomination, a lot of people went, yeah, Trump's winning this one. And maybe a lot of Americans said, Trump's going to win this one, and maybe, just maybe, because sort our country out. And oh boy, is he trying to do that. Oh, is he trying to do that. His first executive order. I'm not sure what an executive order is in America. I mean, I have looked on Wikipedia and found out various information about presidential executive orders. Even found out when the first executive order was made. It was done by George Washington. So yeah, that's gone back some years. Donald Trump's first executive order. And this has pissed off a lot of people in America. But it's also pleased a lot more, I think. Donald Trump's first executive order as the President of the United States is as follows. There are only two genders, male and female. Boom! Knock that one out of the park, didn't you, Donald? Start as you mean to go on. I mean, that's absolutely brilliant. But that's pissed off a lot of the trans activists and that in America. Probably pissed off a lot of trans activists right here in England as well, across the great UK. But particularly in America. But they've only got themselves to blame. People like Buck Angel and Blair White have said it, they've only got themselves to blame. Because they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. They wanted more and more and more and more and more. And they wanted to keep adding more and more letters into the LGBT acronym, which many people say is like a Wi-Fi password these days. I also say that, right? But they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and wanted more and more and more and more. And they were taking liberties, that they wanted more rights than regular American citizens. I mean, they were saying trans rights are human rights. Well, trans rights are human rights. You have the same rights as everyone else. But no, you wanted more. And you just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And you must have known, all of you must have known, that if Donald Trump became the president of the United States, that was going to stop. You must have known. So that's why you've probably been trying to make sure that Donald Trump can't win. But Donald Trump has won. And that's his first executive order. Now, I'm not sure how executive orders work in America. I don't know whether it has to go through some kind of okaying by senators or something like that, or whether it's just initially, immediately put into the law. I can't see too many people disagreeing with it. If it has to go through Congress or something like that, I can't see many people going, well, no, that's wrong. Because it's right, isn't it? I mean, only an idiot would think it was wrong. So I mean that's a brilliant thing for Americans, and of course Donald Trump becoming president of America is a brilliant thing for Americans. Um, Guessing his next thing he wants to sort out is probably the southern border, which Joe Biden absolutely destroyed, along with Alejandro Mayorkas. And they need a bit of a shake-up of Homeland Security, a bit of a shake-up of the FBI and all that sort of stuff. They need to look into the failings of the Secret Service when they were protecting Donald Trump when he had his assassination attempt. There's a lot that needs to be done in America, and I think Donald Trump's going to do it. And not only that, but Donald Trump becoming president of America may actually be helpful for us here in England and the greater UK. Because obviously over here we have two-tier Keir Starlin in charge. And, he's ruining this country in the same way that Biden was ruining America. And of course, Donald Trump doesn't like the way that Biden was ruining America, and he wants to put a stop to that, and he wants to fix it all. He wants to sort the southern border. He wants to do all this other stuff. He wants to fix the problems that Biden has caused in America. Maybe then he can also fix the problems that Starmer has caused here in England and across the greater UK. Because maybe, just maybe, Donald Trump becoming the president of the United States may give two-tier Keir Starlin the metaphorical or physical, if it comes to it, kick up the arse he needs to sort this country and the UK out. Because we have some of the same problems that America has. We have mass illegal immigration. We have killings, rapings, sexual assaults on children, and everything, just like America has. If you've been watching any of the Senate committees, you can watch the videos on YouTube. People like people like Senator John Kennedy and Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and Marjorie Taylor Greene have pointed out these things. And they've questioned like the FBI director and the DA and the Homeland Security director and all that sort of stuff. About what the fuck's going on with our country? Why are you letting these people into our country to commit these crimes? And Keir Starmer is doing the exact same thing here. He doesn't need the FBI or Homeland Security or anything to do it. He's just doing it himself. And there's no one that's going to stop him except maybe Donald Trump. So maybe, just maybe, Mr. Trump, President Trump, if you're out there watching this video, if someone could point you in the direction of this video, if you can please give Keir Starmer the metaphorical kick up the arse he needs, you can help our country become as great as you want your country to be again. Because of course, MAGA, isn't it? Make America Great Again. That was Donald Trump's slogan back in his previous presidential campaign. And I'm sure it's still the same now, because we really need to make America great again. But we need to make England great again, and the UK. So we need MAGA, Mega, Mukga. That sounds like something we do on YouTube, and we get a lot of it. Oh, that's mukbang, isn't it? Sorry. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe President Trump, maybe you can help us over here, because we need some help. Because I tell you what, our Prime Minister is an absolute fucking moron. He's as big a moron as Joe Biden was. So, yeah, you can understand, where I'm coming from. Usually my penis, but anyway. So, other world events. What else is going on in the world? I mean, I've not really been keeping up with English politics because it's all the same at the moment. Really isn't much to talk about. We have the Israel-Hamas situation that's still going on. I don't know whether Hezbollah or Iran or anyone else is attacking Israel. But apparently there was a ceasefire recently between Hamas and Israel. And it was something to do with returning hostages and things like that. And, well, it seems like the hostages have not been returned. I mean, I would hope. I mean, I don't think I'm being heartless here, but I would hope that all those hostages are dead by now. Because the injustices, the unfair treatment, and the women and young girls, what they would have suffered through, right? It doesn't bear thinking about. Right? So hopefully they're just all dead. I mean, look, there's a guy a number of months back. He was doing an interview on some TV program in some country or other, and he said because his daughter or something was a hostage, and I think he actually said something along the lines of, "I hope she's actually just dead. I hope they killed her quickly." And I mean, to have to think about that is horrible. But yeah, I mean, there's some kind of ceasefire that's meant to be to do with getting hostages back and things like that. But it doesn't seem that the hostages are coming. So Benjamin Netanyahu and his security cabinet met on Tuesday, whatever that was, and said it was postponing freeing more hostages. After Hamas said it was postponing freeing more hostages until further notice, claiming Israel had violated the terms of the 3-week ceasefire deal. Now, I doubt that very much, because if Israel says we're going to cease fire while you return the hostages, I'm sure Israel is going to cease fire while you return the hostages. It remains unclear whether Netanyahu is demanding the release of all 76 remaining hostages or just the 3 due to be freed this Saturday. It remained committed to the ceasefire deal and that Israel was responsible for any complications or delays. I like the idea of terrorists blaming other people. The group has demanded mediators address its list of complaints against Israel, including blocking vital humanitarian aid such as tents, a claim Israel has denied. Well, the question I would ask there is, tents for who? I mean, you're using civilians as human shields. They don't need tents, do they? All they need is to be rescued from you. It is understood that Arab countries are exerting pressure on Hamas to try to get the deal back on track. Now that is interesting. And I know Saudi Arabia is somewhat on the side of Israel. I think a number of months ago they intercepted some missiles that had been fired at Israel and they shut them down. Egypt has said it plans to present a comprehensive vision for the reconstruction of Gaza that does not involve displacing the population, unlike a proposal put forward by US President Donald Trump. Well, Egypt, of course, as soon as this whole thing began, closed their border. So, yeah. Hamas's decision to delay this weekend's scheduled release had prompted Donald Trump to propose Israel cancel the agreement altogether and let all hell break loose, I suppose, right? Unless all of the hostages were returned by Saturday. Following a 4-hour meeting of Israel's Security Cabinet on Tuesday, Netanyahu said in a video statement that he welcomed President Trump's demand. He added, in light of Hamas's announcement regarding its decision to violate the agreement and not release our hostages, last night I instructed the IDF to amass forces inside and surrounding the Gaza Strip. This action is being carried out at this hour and will be completed very soon. He then issued an ultimatum that he said had the Security Cabinet's unanimous approval. If Hamas doesn't return our hostages by Saturday noon, which will be 10 a.m. GMT, the ceasefire will end and the IDF will resume intense fighting until the final defeat of Hamas. Well, you can't fault them, really, can you? I mean, the unprecedented attack on October 7th, right, and this war's been going on ever since, and Israel are winning. You know, they've been attacked by Hezbollah or something like that. They've been attacked by a couple of other people. Iran keeps saying they're going to attack them. But, I mean, Israel has a right to defend itself. And every Jewish person in Israel has a right to be there. The so-called Palestinians don't have a right to be there. They call Israel an occupying force. They're not an occupying force. We told them, the English, we told them they could be there because we gave them their own land back. We gave them their own land back. You cannot give something back that wasn't taken. We gave them their own land back. I mean, go all the way back through history. This whole thing didn't start in the 1940s when Israel was established. Right? This whole thing started thousands of years ago. Jerusalem, right in the middle of Jerusalem, well, on the north side of Jerusalem, is a place called the Temple Mount. Why is it called the Temple Mount? Because a temple, you stand there. A Jewish temple. The first religious building in recorded history stood there on Temple Mount. It was Solomon's temple, a Jewish synagogue, thousands upon thousands of years ago. It is Jewish land. If you want to, whether you want to go historically or biblically, it is Jewish land. And they decide who can be there, not anyone else. They are not an occupying force in Palestine because there's no such place as Palestine. And this has all been explained. There are YouTube videos explaining it all. That's where I get my information from. There are YouTube videos of scientists and historians and things discussing this and explaining it all. You can go and watch them. You can go and find the videos. You could do a quick Google fucking search and find out that the Jewish people are meant to be there and that the Palestinians aren't. Right? But, people are stupid. So, what else has gone on in the world? Apart from me dropping my lighter. What else has gone on in the world? Well, obviously, there's a Russia-Ukraine situation. It has been 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. 3 years since Russia's February 2022 full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Russia still occupies roughly 20% of the country after gaining over 4,000 square kilometers of territory in 2024. Russia continues to bombard Ukrainian cities, while Ukraine maintains drone attacks on Russian ships and military vehicles. Since January 2022, Ukraine has received about $407 billion in aid, including over $118 billion from the United States, though it warns of donor fatigue. Fighting and airstrikes have inflicted over 40,000 civilian casualties, while 4 million people are internally displaced and 6.8 million have fled Ukraine. 14.6 million people need humanitarian assistance. Armed conflict in eastern Ukraine erupted in early 2014, following Russia's annexation of Crimea. The previous year, protests in Ukraine's capital Kiev, I'm just going to call it Kiev, okay, against Ukrainian President Viktor, I'm going to murder this guy's name, sorry. Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych's rejection of a deal for greater economic integration with the European Union were met with a violent crackdown by state security forces. It seems the war between Ukraine and Russia is going to continue for quite some time until one side wins. I did hear recently that America and England and a couple of other countries have basically authorized Ukraine to use our missiles against the Russians, okay, which may provoke an attack by Russia on Poland, which therefore means Russia is attacking the EU, or well, maybe not EU, but NATO, and there might be boots on the ground. I might be called up to go serve the military. I mean, I might be a little too old by now, 37, but I suppose I'm still fighting age. If I get called up to go and serve in the military and go fight against the Russians, I'm saying no to that. No, I'm not doing that. We need to sort out the problems in our own country before we go helping others. Sorry, right? Why should I fight for the interests of my country when my country is becoming less and less my country every year? Under the leadership of people like Tutier Stalin. I think we need to sort ourselves out first. Plus, we haven't really got that much of a military left. You know, we've been downgraded our military, you know, our army, our navy, our air force for years. So we haven't really got the people to send to go and help. Oh, it's fucking eyebrow. Where's the stupid? So really, we need to sort ourselves out first. But yeah, that's world events as I know them at the moment. Apparently, there's still some problems going on in places like France and Germany with illegal immigrants attacking people and stuff like that, as is happening in many countries around the world. What we call Western countries. America seems to have a big influx of Chinese nationals going into their country at the moment. Okay. Yeah. Suppose that makes a change from the Mexicans and the Venezuelans and the Cubans and various other countries. Now you're getting thousands upon thousands of Chinese people going into the country. Okay, fair enough. Why not? I have heard recently, though, I don't know if anyone who watches my videos or whatever knows, but in America they have what they call sanctuary states. Right? These are states, some of the 50 states of America, only a small amount of them, that have said basically if you're an immigrant, whether that's legal or illegal, you can come here and live. Fine, it'll be fine. You know, we're sanctuary for everyone. Those sanctuary states are now complaining that they're being overwhelmed by immigration. Well, you asked for it, and now you got it. I don't think you have the right to complain. Sorry, this doesn't work that way. You invited these people to your state. You said to them, come to our state. If no other state wants you, come here. We'll have you. And now you complain there's too many. Well, you brought it on yourselves, didn't you? So that's everything with regards to world events. I want to move on to adverts. I've seen a number of adverts on YouTube recently. They're all bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Right? One I keep getting is claiming that dementia is now referred to as type 3 diabetes. This is not true. Now it says it's type 3 diabetes according to the Mayo Clinic. But a quick Google search of whether or not dementia is type 3 diabetes will tell you no, it's not. There are no other doctors and scientists or whatever around the world that are saying that dementia is type 3 diabetes. This is a false claim by the Mayo Clinic and a false claim by the advert video. You also might have seen an advert telling you that drinking warm water before you go to bed will help you lose weight. This is bollocks as well. Absolute bollocks. While drinking water on a regular basis throughout the day can help with metabolism and digestion, which can sort of help you lose weight, drinking a glass of warm water before you go to bed does not help you lose weight at all. In fact, it's more likely to cause you to gain weight. Yeah, because a lot of your digestion and metabolism and things like that and burning off of fat happens during the night while you're asleep. While you're asleep, you have to be asleep. If you drink water, whether it's warm or cold, before going to bed, you are likely to have to get up several times in the middle of the night to go to the loo, which interrupts your metabolism. So you're much less likely to lose weight. Now, one of the other adverts I've seen that also says here that it helps you lose weight is this morning ritual that only takes 15 minutes helps you lose weight. Yeah. Apparently, you mix this shit together and it helps you lose weight. No, it doesn't. I found out what you mix and all that sort of stuff, and I've Googled it all, and it's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. How they get away with lying like this in the videos, I have no idea. Why Google is allowing these adverts to run, I have no idea. It's false advertising. It's misrepresentation of your product or of your company or whatever. And it's just lying to the general public, basically. And then there's another one. It claims that something you can mix together and drink will help you stay rock hard. Your cock will stay rock hard for hours. You'll be able to fully satisfy your wife or your girlfriend, and it makes your dick bigger. Right? One of the adverts will show you like a small cucumber and a much bigger cucumber. And it'll go, oh, you can go from this to this just by doing this thing, which only takes 15 minutes. Yeah, that's all bollocks as well. I found out, because I found out what they were talking about and all that sort of stuff. It's all bollocks as well. It's not cock, it's bollocks. It's absolute bullshit. Right? But they're allowed to get away with making this video and putting it out there on YouTube. And something needs to be done about it. Something needs to be done about all these efforts. Same with like these ones that claim to be like some massive technological advancement. The technology companies don't want you to know about them. They don't want you to be able to buy it. But hey, if you go here, you can buy it. That's all bollocks. That's just to make you go, ooh, technology companies don't want me to have this. Better get it. Right? Yeah, it's bullshit. Whether it's your new Wi-Fi camera one that I've seen recently, or this TV antenna is revolutionizing the way we watch television. No, it's all bullshit. Oh, technology companies don't want you to have it. Bollocks, absolute bollocks, random bollocks. Aha, see, random bollocks. It's absolute bullshit. And it makes me wonder how many people actually believe this crap. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, basically, thanks for watching this edition of Random Bollocks live on whatever date it is, the 25th of February, I think, or the 8th, I don't know fucking what date it is now. The 12th of February. I do apologize, the 25th, I think it was the 25th, the 12th of February. And I'll see you with some more videos and with some more Random Bollocks and I don't know, whatever else I can think of to upload very soon. Until then, thanks for watching.